The term synthesis surfaced in 17th and 18th century philosophy to refer to the action of proceeding in thought from causes to effects, or from principles to their consequences. In the early 18th century, contemporaneous with Newton's writings, synthesis began to appear in medical and chemistry texts to refer to the unification of parts. By application of scientific techniques, synthesis was defined in 1706 text on surgery as that method whereby the divided parts are reunited, as in Winzed. Synthesis. Before this point, the concept of synthesis existed in the comparatively immaterial realm of logic. Now it was mapped onto the material of the human body and made tangible through scientific practice. This was an important shift that anticipated the articulation of synthesis to sound and music technologies.
Let me go! Let me go!
Though my parts be scattered, I shall always be your wife.
The traditional text-to-speech systems use a terminal analog based on formant filters. The vocal tract is simulated by a sequence of second-order filters in cascade, while a parallel structure is used mostly for the synthesis of consonants. 1. Important advantage of a cascade synthesizer is the automatic setting of formant amplitudes. The disadvantage is that it sometimes can be hard to do detailed spectral matching between natural and synthesized spectra because of the simplified model. Parallel synthesizers such as that of ONS 33 do not have this limitation. Shifting is a process of experimenting with the malleability of reality by moving in collaboration with the lively matter which bodies are composed of. Barad's introjection is an operation that forms part of her concept of agential realism, which attempts to move beyond the binaries of constructivism and realism in a way that exceeds simple representation. Mutability is a skill practiced by many trans women of color who face multiple forms of violence each day, shifting their body and appearance as necessary for survival, at one moment passing invisibly as a cisgender woman and at another standing on stage speaking out against racist, transphobic violence. Shifting invites one to imagine gender beyond binaries as an infinite field of expressive texture. In place of rigid categories, the ability to modulate gender at will points to a future in which gender can be a multidimensional, multispectral field of play. Righteous CRDENA poetic operations. Trends of color art and digital media. Scattered remnants converging into one another, the grizzled aftermath of the great cacophony of a body that is foreign to me. Gaseous opening and closing like hungry mouths, constantly reminding me of what once was. An impulse forever preserved on a canvas of flesh. A series of waveforms like layers of membranes cross-modulating and compounding into a singular signal. Rubbing against one another, the friction of reflecting vibrations off of the windows and the walls refracting upon hard surfaces and penetrating the body like a series of needles shooting through flesh, causing the meaty cocoon of biomatter embracing these metal rods to orgasmically spasm. I wish my body could be a sine wave. Smooth curves gently warbling, slowly forming peaks and valleys. But all I am is pink noise. A muddled cluster of harmonics, frequencies ricocheting off one another, visualized into spectral gibberish. Molded by formant filters built on fundamental frequencies mimicking the resonant architecture of the larynx. Somewhere in between, something as nonsensical as white noise or as chaotic and random as Brownian motion is transmuted into strings, bells, and voices. This complex system of harmonic dissonance is coalesced into disembodied abstracted speech patterns. The stagnant hiss of pink noise can be synthesized to metallic bells. That same original signal can be turned into the sound of blowing wind or trickling water. Only through this process of subtraction can I be rationalized. Resonant filters carve away the waveform of my body into something perceivable, subtracting hair from my face, subtracting harsh frequencies from my voice, subtracting hormones from my brain, subtracting his violent touch from my body. Subtracting all of these harmonics to synthesize a sense of beauty.